Hey, all you magical beings out there, welcome in or welcome back. My name is Tara. I've been reading tarot for over 2 decades. My intentions are to shed light on the unknown and provide confirmation for what is already known. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So grab your snacks, your crystals, or your cat, and let's see what cosmic mischief is about today. So I did a pre-poll for this reading, and the gist of what I got out of it so far is that it's talking about the conflict that's going on in the world right now, the main conflicts with the wars, and is essentially saying that whoever has been behind the scenes, the main antagonist, so to speak, that's become the sole power or authority, which is one of the cards that came out. They're basically trying to make amends at this point because their life is being threatened by a being more powerful than them. The messages I got was that they're trying to escape from a life that they no longer want to live, and basically they're being called forward to review their actions and belief systems and understand that the corruption that's been behind their motivations to becoming the sole power or authority, to being motivated by money, is not going to be tolerated anymore. And so the interesting thing I found in this pre-card poll was I asked who was the main, who was the ruler, so to speak, that's behind all this. And the Jotun came out, which the Jotun is a race of giants, and they can shapeshift. Of a famous, well-known Jotun is actually Loki, and Loki's thought to be the god of mischief, but he's supposedly actually a Jotun, which I found really interesting. Because one of the other cards that I pulled was that the character is defeated by a god, so that's where I was getting the information from, that this is gonna stop soon. Now, the other message that I got is there's been a lot of death going on due to all the war and everything. And the message that I got was just basically that is a journey that is meant to be taken in order to realize a dream by pursuing knowledge. So essentially, what I think Spirit wants anyone who's been affected by all of these conflicts going on to understand is that there's always some type of lesson to be learned, something to be gained in any situation, no matter how horrible it is. And unfortunately, in order for things to progress, death and destruction have to happen. We may not like it or understand it, but it is a natural part of life. the goddess Sekhmet is coming to mind with that one. And so, yeah. And then another message that was brought up was from this book, Stories from the Earthly Paradise, the fostering of Aslog. And it's essentially talking about this, I believe she's like Nordic child. She becomes an orphan and her caretaker gets murdered, but he manages to hide her away in a harp before he is taken. And she gets sent to live with these people who don't treat her very well at all. But she grows up to become a strong leader and a strong warrior, and eventually gets back into her power. So I guess this reading is just mainly a message of hope that things aren't always going to be so horrible. So we're going to pull some tarot and see what other messages we might have for anyone that's been affected by all of these atrocities going on. So basically what these cards are saying is that there is going to be an event that's going to change your life, whether you like it or not. And you need to be able to recognize an opportunity when it comes forward to you, because the cards are saying that you have been given an opportunity and you have not taken it. So in context to what else we were just talking about, I could see that being like not being able to see what could be gained even if the situation seems horrible. And then we got the Two of Pentacles, and essentially that's just saying in reverse that like you're feeling like you can't handle anything and everything's out of control, too much is going on, you're stuck in your head too much and can't come to a decision. And then lastly we have the World, and that's essentially saying that you have an unfinished project that you've abandoned. But it could also mean that someone or something is stopping you from completing the long-term goal you've been working on. Because we drew earlier the overcoming a personal weakness, person versus self, I think that is more likely that you're self-sabotaging. Okay, so just gonna draw a couple more clarifying cards. Okay, so what is this Decadence Abruption card about? We got the Nine of Rods. Okay, and then for the Judgment in reverse, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles in reverse, we have the Strength. And for the World in reverse, we have the Ten of Rods, Ten of Wands in reverse. So basically, regarding the abruption, Spirit is guiding you to show resilience and perseverance and commit to a last stand against any conflict that may occur or be occurring. For Judgment in reverse, Spirit is saying that this opportunity that's presented itself will ensure long-term success if you take it. So the key there is recognizing what the opportunity is, which will clarify that further. And then for the Two of Pentacles in reverse, for being flexible, it's saying that despite feeling like you're overwhelmed and can't do anything, to realize that you have this inner strength and commit to courage and compassion in the situation. And then for the World card in the reversed, where you feel like there's something stopping you or holding you back, whether that be yourself or an outside force. Spirit is basically saying that because the Ten of Wands is in the reverse, normally it would mean burden, responsibility, being overworked. It's saying that you aren't being overworked and you're just basically talking yourself into believing that, and you can handle it. So for the opportunity, I asked what it's about. We got conflict resolution. Which it already said that basically it's going to guarantee success, whatever the opportunity is. So I'm going to try to use some of my Naruto storytelling cards to figure this one out. Opportunity involves a killer. Okay. So earlier when I was asking about the Jotun, it was saying one of their motivations and goals was that they're trying to escape a killer, which from what we discussed earlier, that would be a god is trying to kill them to make amends, I guess, or the Jotun's trying to make amends. Okay, so what else? It's impossible. Okay. So to me, this is saying the desire to escape the killer is impossible. So the only way out is in. Something about a theme park? And a prostitute. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to try to clarify this a little more with my Storymatic. Let's see. What's up with the prostitute and the theme park? Huh. Dirty laundry. Okay. So somebody's opportunity has to deal with perhaps airing out some dirty laundry or cleaning up their act. Snob. Okay. Full moon. actor. So maybe this is trying to say something about an actor who acts like a snob, and they're going to be going on some kind of expedition to perhaps a theme park, some kind of carnival, something like that, on a full moon, and perhaps meeting a prostitute and procuring their services. So it's essentially saying maybe that's the opportunity, is to figure out the dirty laundry of whoever this ruler is that's been causing all the problems. And then that might motivate them to stop. I don't know. Not really sure about that one, but you guys can take that for what it is and figure it out. It resonates with one of you somehow. Not really sure. Alright, so next I'm going to use my human design deck and just see, like, Spirit, what's blocking the collective from realizing the opportunity that will help them succeed. Authority, splenic. Splenic authority is the inner knowing to listen to the body's immediate instinctive survival awareness. Splenic authority occurs when neither the solar plexus nor the sacral center is defined, while the splenic center is defined. Splenic energy is that of intuition and survival instinct. Therefore, when this center is the authority, the decision-making potential is that of an instantaneous, in-the-moment, instinctual yes or no, safe or not safe reaction. Splenic authority speaks only once per decision and in the moment. It occurs as a gut feeling that speaks only once to alert the being of what is or isn't safe for them. For this reason, it is important to cultivate trust between the mind and spontaneous intuition. The challenge for splenic authority people is the mental analysis, which occurs after their intuitive answer has been given in the moment. The mind can assist in observing and processing, but for splenic authority people, the problem arises when the mind bypasses the intuition retroactively. So that goes back to, I think it was the Two of Pentacles, like overthinking. It's basically saying, like, stop overthinking. You already know the answer and just go with it. So what's supporting the collective right now? What, like, power or channel, whatever. Initiation, to be first. A channel with the theme of shocking initiation, so that goes with abruption. The tendency towards experiencing shocking circumstances forces those who hold this channel to will themselves to overcome and break through into love and awareness. The gate of shock provides competitiveness that drives an individual to push their boundaries and overcome obstacles. The accompanying gate of universal love is what every shock has the potential to empower. Every initiation opens a new opportunity to face the unknown, overcome fear, and reach new depth and ability. As one of the three mystical channels, the initiation channel is strikingly intense. The shocking initiations are a repeated theme throughout their life. This quality shatters old patterns to make way for new ones. Yes, so getting out of that pattern of being stuck, not moving forward, not seeing what can be gained, no matter how difficult the situation is, and actually moving towards completion, and that Ten of Pentacles is what's gonna help in this situation and realizing that you have the strength within you to overcome this. Look at the pictures on the back. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Alright, so the last thing we're going to do is just pull a card from the spell deck, just kind of like to help out a little bit, move this situation along. Spirit, what can be done to help the collective get through these self-imposed mental obstacles? There was a cheat code. What is it? Okay, so the card that I drew is Sweeten the Mood of an In-Law. If you have a mother-in-law or any family member who's always critical or in a bad mood, you can cast a spell with the help of chrysocolla. So that's a crystal. You need a rough chunk of chrysocolla, a bag of store-bought purpuri, a pretty bowl, a small bag of dried lemon balm, a small bag of dried lavender, pink candle, and a photograph of the family member. So this could even be for yourself if that's one of the things that's holding you back, is being in a critical or bad mood. That's maybe where the snob thing was coming in. Or, like the world was saying, there could be people acting against you that are holding you back. And that could be who this actor is. And it's telling you to do this on the full moon, maybe? So while empowering your stone, focus on the person in question and picture them being nicer in general. Place the purpuri in the bowl and then mix the dried lemon balm and lavender. Nestle the crystal somewhere in the bowl. Finally, rest the photograph on the top of the dish and light the candle nearby. Recite the following spell 7 times. When they heckle, quiet their rage. Reconcile us with this magic I've made. Every time they take a whiff, their behavior is sweet and their mood will lift. Allow the candle to burn down. The next time you visit the person, give them the bowl of purpuri as a gift. As the smell permeates their home, the magic will start to happen. Okay, so we're going to close this reading out with some bell magic. Let's clear the energy. Thank you, Spirit, for giving us this message, and I truly hope it helps someone out there. So, yeah, anyways, thank you guys for joining me today, and catch you on the next one.